guys, it's Jessica from Peace Love Books, and today I'm here with an ebook haul for you. I swear my hair is so long. Oh my gosh. This might not seem long to you, but this is really long for me, and I can't wait to just like chop it all off. But hello, so I'm here with an ebook haul like I just said, and I have gotten a lot of ebooks lately. A lot of them are from NetGalley or Edelweiss. Since publishers are not really sending out physical copies, I have just been going on to NetGalley and Edelweiss and requesting things, and Berkeley sends emails with their NetGalley widgets where if you just click it, you're automatically given the book. So I have a lot, and it's helping me curb my unnecessary book buying because I get the book on those services instead of going to Amazon and ordering books I don't need, or going to other different bookstores and just buying books that I don't need. I already had 3 independent bookstore orders and I need to stop. So I have a lot of books to share and I need to look them all up because I don't really know the synopses for these. I just know they're from favorite authors, so I'm gonna go ahead and get to these books. Okay, so the first book, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I was denied the arc of this on Edelweiss, and then I emailed the publisher and I was like, I am the biggest fan of this author. Is there any way I can get an e-arc of it? Because I saw friends getting it, and that is All Scott and Bothered by Carrigan Burn. This is book 2 in this series. I read book 1 and really enjoyed it. Carrigan Burn is one of my favorite authors of all time, and this one comes out in September. It is about a guy who is the Lord Chief Justice of the High Court. He has to go to London. He's Scottish. He has to go to London to investigate a notorious gaming hell owned by a woman, and she is an orphan, and she ends up inheriting this gambling establishment, and they fall in love. So good. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this. I love the synopsis, and I can't wait to read another Carrigan Burn book. The next one, I don't even know if it has a synopsis. I'll check, but I was perusing Edelweiss and somehow I am pre-approved for some publishers and I didn't even know. So I was looking, this doesn't even have a cover, and it is In a Holidays by Christina Lauren. This, oh, it does have a synopsis. So it says Love Actually meets Groundhog Day. So she hates Christmas, I guess. It's a Christmas romance. Our main character is going to be at her favorite place in the world, a snowy Utah cabin. Then she's in a car crash and the day replays over and over again. That's where the Groundhog Day thing comes in. This is going to be interesting. I have not been a fan of the past 2 Christina Lauren books I've read, which I think is the consensus of a lot of people. So we'll see how this is, but I have the e-arc, which I didn't even know was on there, and I was like, oh my gosh, so I downloaded it. This comes out not for a while. Let me double check. This comes out in October. That's interesting that they have a holiday romance coming out in October. I feel like it should come out in November, but I have this. The next one I got is One by One by Ruth Ware. I was actually denied this on NetGalley with a weird email that's saying, you may be denied because too many people are requesting this. And I was like, so I am denied? I was very confused. And then I went to Edelweiss and I'm actually pre-approved for this publisher. So I went ahead and downloaded it. I think Turn of the Key was okay, but I really want to try more Ruth Ware, and this is her new book. So this one, I really love the cover. It's a suspenseful thriller set on a snow-covered mountain, and they get snowed in, and you're in the company of 8 of your co-workers. And so it's an off-site company retreat, and I'm pretty sure people start dying. This sounds like something I would really love in a thriller, so I can't wait to read this. Even though it's spring and summer's right around the corner, I'll read a snowed-in thriller any day. No Exit's one of my favorites, so this one comes out in September. The next one's Enemies to Lovers. So I'm excited. It is A Rogue of One's Own by Evie Dunmore, and the first one of this book series it was really good. Our main character had to like get this duke's money to like help the suffrage movement for women, and so this is kind of along the same lines. This is another girl that's in that kind of movement group, and they like have raised enough money to go against Parliament, and they gain control one of London's major publishing houses to use it in a coup against the Parliament, and the one person standing between her and that goal is her old nemesis, Lord Valentine, and they fall in love. So that sounds really good. Can't wait. I really enjoyed book 1, so I'm excited for book 2, and the cover's gorgeous, so Love it. The next one I got an e-arc of is A Touch of Stone by Mila Vane. This one comes out sooner, I think, in July, so that's sooner. And this one is book 2 to this series, and I have a really hard time grasping fantasy synopses, so I can't tell you what this book is about. I tried reading it and I'm just like, too much. So the first one was really good. It was Enemies to Lovers. I don't know what this one is going to be, and I honestly don't remember these characters from the first book, but it is book 2 and it is a fantasy romance and they're chunky. So this one, I don't even know how many pages this one is. 416. That's not as big as the other one. The other one was over 500 pages. So I really love this cover too, and I'm excited to read another book in this world. The next book I got is another e-arc, and that is Devil of Downtown by Joanna Shupe. This one comes out, I believe, at the end of June. Yes, so June 30th. And this one, I love the cover. It's book 3 in the series. You can read historicals as standalones, but I did buy book 2, I think, because it looks really good. And I haven't read a Joanna Shupe book, but this one, our main character has made it her mission to go and track down men who are abusive, and she needs the help of Jack, who is the man behind the criminal empire, and he's very charming. So this sounds good. I love the cover, and I cannot wait to try out a new historical romance author. And speaking of historical romance, I did get an arc of Daring and the Duke by Sarah McLean. I got the e-arc of this, and I did pre-order my own copy as well from an independent bookstore that Sarah actually signs herself. It's her local bookstore, so it's going to come with swag. I'll link down below if you're interested. But this one, it's got a yellow cover, which I think is really in right now this year for historical romances. It's book 3 in the Bare Knuckle Bastard series. I only read book 2, and I wasn't that big of a fan, and I'm concerned because Lacey's already read this and she didn't like it. She said it was slow, but we'll see. Our female main character grew up on the streets, and so she is the queen of London's darkest corners, and so that sounds really good. I never read about a woman who like is on the streets. And then we have a duke, and he's spent a decade searching for the woman he never stopped loving, and she was like burned by her only love in the past, so I think it's a second chance romance, which sounds exciting, and it sounds like she's not going to forgive him that easily. So I'm very excited for this. I am concerned that Lacey said it was boring, but I'm going to go in with an open mind, and hopefully I enjoy this. It does come out, I think, in June, so next month. Yes, June 30th, just like Joanna Shupe. Next, I got 2 Katie Robert books. These are all the rest, I believe. Oh, a couple of them aren't, but most of the rest of these are ones that I bought. So the next one is Your Dad Will Do. If you guys saw my vlog, I read this already. It is her new release, and she just released all the covers for this whole series, and the next one is going to be a Christmas romance. It's like gifted to his best friend or something. This one though is a romance between a woman who is cheated on by her fiance, and so she's really mad, so she decides to get retaliation by getting together with his dad. So if that's your thing, go for it. This was like a dirty version of Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas. It was fun, it was short, I enjoyed it, and I had to buy it when it came out because I needed it. So the next one, I don't know why I bought this. I think it might have been free. It is called His Forbidden Desire by Katie Robert. So this is a little confusing. It says that she's a princess and she is trying to escape her gilded cage life, so she has to enter this like hunt, and this year's prize is what's going to help her get out of her life. And then Luca has spent 15 years waiting for vengeance, and then I think he enters the game, but he couldn't have anticipated her, and the hunt has changed. Oh, and then apparently in this hunt, they have decided to name our female protagonist as the thing they all hunt. The person they all hunt. So I think he needs to like protect her. That sounds intense. I don't know, how long is this book? It sounds like crazy, but it sounds really good, and I love Katie Roberts. So, oh, it's 237 pages, not too bad. The next one I got is You Had Me at Ola by Alexis Daria. This one I'm super excited for. It doesn't come out yet, but it's a book inspired by telenovelas. So I believe we have 2 main characters who are telenovela stars, and they have to work on their chemistry because they are starring together, and I don't remember if they hate each other or not, but it sounds really good, and I think it has both like their real life and them trying to act together, and it sounds really good, and I'm super excited to read this one. Then I did get an e-arc of Tools of Engagement by Tessa Bailey. This one comes out in September. It is book 3 in the Hot and Hammered series. We had Fix Her Up and then Love Her or Lose Her. And in this one, it is 2 enemies team up to flip a house and sparks fly. So we have Bethany. I don't remember her too much. I think she was the side character in the previous books, and then she needs help flipping this house, and the only person who will do it from her brother's construction company is Wes, who is the new guy in town. I think I really remember them hating each other in this series. It says the last thing she needs is some cocky young cowboy in her way. This sounds so good. I'm very excited. I really enjoyed book 1 and I really enjoyed book 2, so I'm excited to see how book 3 turns out. The next 2 are by Nana Malone, and I got them because I believe they were free on Amazon. So the first one is London Royal. So it sounds like this girl sneaks out of London and then she like runs into a prince. Both have secrets. Sometimes synopses are very vague and confusing, but I got this because I think it was free. So I also got Protecting the Heiress by Nana Malone. Our main character has to go undercover as a manny, and he falls in love with the mom of the child he has to babysit. I'm assuming she's an heiress, so that sounds good. So the next one sounds really good, and the only reason I downloaded it is because Riley from Riley Marie downloaded it, and that cover, I was like, yes please. It is The Mail Order Winter Bride by Katie Wilde. I also have another Katie Wilde book I've had for a while from Kindle Unlimited that I need to read, but it sounds like she's a princess, it's fantasy, and she offers herself up as a bride to Kale the Conqueror, who's our barbarian warlord, and she's like, okay, it's fine, I'll just like accept being with him and just like deal with it, and he doesn't want someone who doesn't want him, so like they get married I think, and then he just sends her away, and it says he has no use for a bride who would only tolerate his kiss. And then again covers more of her secrets and is more determined to win her heart. It's a whole series, and Ruby Dixon wrote a book in this series. How did I not know that? So this is book 1. I think Alexa Riley wrote another book in the series. I don't know how to find the rest, but that sounds good. Next, I ended up downloading Petal Plucker by Iris Moreland. This one I know for sure was free, but I've seen people reading it. So our main character, she owns her family's flower shop, so she runs it. So this boy comes in, and he was the one who stood her up for prom. So he humiliated her, and he's all man now, and I think it's their romance. So it's kind of enemies to lovers, kind of second chance, and it sounds cute. The next one I got was As Dust Dances by Samantha Young. This is book 2 to the Play On series. Yes, and I think I read book 1. I listened to it on audio a while ago. But this one, this girl was a pop rock princess, and then she's hiding out in Scotland, and this music executive ends up hunting her down and finding her. She realizes it's not safe for her on the street, so she has to turn to him and like give him what he wants, and it's a romance between them. Next, I got an e-arc of Boyfriend Material by Alexis Hall. I don't know when this is coming out. It comes out July 7th, and this is really giving me red, white, and royal blue vibes, and I think that's what they're trying to play on. So it says one fake boyfriend is needed. So his rock star parents split when he was young, and dad went to rehab, and now he's trying to make a comeback. So our main character is in the public eye, and he needs someone to clean up his image. So he needs a nice, normal boyfriend, and Oliver Blackwood is as nice and normal as they come. He's a barrister, a vegetarian, and never been scandalous in his life, so he's the perfect boyfriend. They have to fake date for publicity, and I think they end up falling for each other. So that sounds really cute, and I'm really excited to read this. And the last book I got was also free on ebook. I don't know if it's free anymore, but it is A Foxhole Court by, I think Nora Sakovich is the author's name. If it's not, it's here. But this one is, I know it's like guys who go to like this private school, I think, where there's this fake sport that's a mix between lacrosse and something else. And I don't know what the plot is of this book or this series. I think it's 3 series. I think it might be MM. I don't know. I know that Kayla from Books and Lala read it and didn't like it, but then she couldn't not read the rest. So I know other people though are obsessed with this series and it's their favorite, so I'm very excited to have a copy now, and hopefully I will enjoy it whenever I pick it up. And those are the ebooks that I've recently hauled. Let me know down below what you've gotten recently or what you're excited for me to read. I would love to hear. As always, thank you so much for watching and have a good day. Bye.